Hello, my name is Walter Matheny. I'm at Nursing 355 with Mrs. Wilson and Mrs. Hogue. I'm going to do a focused assessment on lungs and thorax. Here with me today I have Anatomical Tom. He's going to be my partner for this dry run. I'm just going to check quality, length of time, and content for my submission before I turn in my final project. Now, a few things before we get started. We obviously have sanitized hands, we have gloves, we have our patient either bare-chested or in a gown, depending on gender and comfortability. I'm going to come into the room, I'm going to introduce myself, make sure I have the right patient, make sure that they're okay with me looking, listening, and feeling during my focus assessment. So moving on, Anatomical Tom, how are you doing today? I'm going to witness his reaction if he has any dyspnea with talking. Make sure that he's not using any accessory muscles such as shoulders or stomach breathing excessively. Make sure there's no retractions. Make sure his trachea is midline. Make sure there's no nasal flaring. I'll also be able to look at his physical appearance, make sure there's no sternal abnormalities like pectus excavatum or carinatum. Making sure, like I said, that there's no cyanosis around his lips, under his eyes, his fingertips. Make sure there's no clubbing. There's a 160-degree angle between nail bed and fingernail or skin. Then I'll go around to the back and make sure that Tom is still breathing just as effortlessly. Make sure that his vertebrae is midline. There's no scoliosis. His posture is correct. He has no kyphosis, no leaning forward, which will all interrupt lung expansion. Make sure that his shoulder blades are scapular or symmetrical. And just reference or notice his breathing. Make sure it's effortless. So then I'll ask Tom if it's okay if we go ahead and have a listen. I'll take my stethoscope. Go ahead and tell Tom to go ahead and we're going to go through 3 exercises after we listen. Okay, every time I touch my stethoscope to his skin, I want him to take a deep breath in and out. So we'll have 10 positions on the front. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. While I'm listening, along the sternal borders here, I'll also listen to heart tones, make sure there's no obvious gallops or adventitious heart sounds. That's always a good idea to do. You can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I will also listen to his neck here for bronchial breath sounds, very harsh, just slow in, long out. I'll get bronchiovesicular along the sternal borders here, and then I'll get vesicular here and here. Vesicular is long in, short out. Bronchiovesicular is equal. And these are both softer than the bronchial. I'll also look at his neck when he's taking these breaths in, make sure there's no bulging or anything like that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do our egophony test, our bronchophony, and our whisper periloquy. The bronchophony, I'll have him say 99 at these positions. It'll be muffled. Unless there's consolidation, then I'll hear a distinct 99. The egophony, I'll have him say E, and I'll listen throughout every time I touch my stethoscope to his chest. If it's normal, I'll hear a muffle. I won't be able to make it out. If it's consolidation or pneumonia, I'll go ahead and hear something that sounds like an A. With the whisper periloquy, the I'll have the patient whisper 1, 2, 3 along all these positions. If it's a normal lung, I won't be able to make it out. I won't understand what he's saying. But if it is consolidated or pneumonia, we will hear actual distinct 1, 2, 3. So going ahead and telling Tom to go ahead and turn over. Here we go. I'll turn around. We'll go ahead and do the same thing here. We'll go ahead and have him listen a full breath cycle each time I touch my stethoscope. So I'll have a lot more on the back. I'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 20. I'll come down here 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 20. Now I'll listen on the inside of the scapula, because over the scapula you won't be able to decipher because of the bone. Now you will get bronchovesicular breath sounds along the upper thorax here, along the sides of the vertebrae. And vesicular will come all the way down on the inside of the scapula and around here. Now we will do the same bronchophony, egophony, and whisper test that we did on the front, just with more positions, and the same applies as it did on the front. Now we'll get Tom to go ahead and turn back over, or turn back around here. Sorry, we'll tell Tom that we're going to go ahead and stop with the listening for now, and we're going to do some percussion. Basically, and some feeling. So go ahead and use the fatty parts of my hand. I'm going to look and feel for crepitus here on the tops here, above the clavicle. I'm going to go ahead and touch around his trachea and neck here. Not too much, but you'll feel some crackling if there's some crepitus. You'll feel here for any lesions or masses or anything like that. And you'll feel for fremitus, and you'll basically do the mid part of the chest, or the mid clavicular line here and around. Then we'll do some percussion. You'll listen for resonance, which you'll hear over a healthy lung. You'll hear dullness over your diaphragm and your liver here, and you'll just simply 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go through the chest here, specific areas, and just as many areas as you did listen. There's 10 in the front and each external side there. Get them to turn around and do the same thing. You use the same technique for feeling for lesions, masses, and crepitus here. And then you'll do, of course, we have more positions on the back for percussion. You'll hear resonance over the healthy lung here. And you'll do here. And then you come along the inside of the sternum, the scapular borders. And then you'll 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You hear resonance. You'll start hearing dullness around 10, 11. You'll feel your diaphragm and then your liver. Then I'll tell anatomical Tom here that I'm going to put my thumbs, I'm going to pinch a little bit of skin here, and I'm going to have him just go ahead and breathe in, and I'm going to check to see lung expansion. It should be symmetrical. My thumb should spread about 2 to 3 inches apart. Normal lungs, if they're asymmetrical, that could be a sign of collapsed lung and pneumonia, COPD. We're also going to do the same thing on the front, but it's going to be right at the breasts here. So we'll do the same thing. Watch him expand his lungs. Make sure that his ribs are sloped correctly. Have the right amount of slope. If they're more lateral or more flat, and that's another sign of COPD. And I'll tell Tom that we've completed our assessment, and if there's any questions, just let us know. And that concludes my assessment, and hopefully this will work.